First thing I want to ask you guys is, does this formula right here look familiar to you? It goes along the lines of this. You earn $1 per hour times 40 hours a week, or in my case, 80 hours a week, to get a paycheck every 2 weeks. But I want to ask you something. Where did you learn about this formula? Did your parents teach it to you? Did school teach it to you? Did your employer teach it to you? Where did you learn that dollars per hour times time worked equals your paycheck? I learned this from my parents. When I was 15 years old, my dad told me that he would pay me to mow our lawn out front and in the backyard. And so, I remember wondering, Dad, how does this actually work? And he explained to me that I had to decide what I would work per hour, and he would pay me that amount per hour times the number of hours that it took to actually mow both of our lawns. So, my dad, being the great guy he is, decided that $10 an hour was what he was going to pay me to actually mow our lawns. And that was the first time that it ever instilled in my brain that my time and my energy and my life was worth $10 per hour. So let's say instead of working the 2 to 4 hours that it took me to mow both my back and front lawn, I decided to go full time and work 80 hours a week mowing people's lawns. So let's say that I did this and I worked my normal accounting job schedule and worked 80 hours a week mowing lawns for $10 an hour. This means that if I worked 80 hours a week, that I would make 80 times 10 or $800 per week, and basically all of my waking hours for the entire week would be spent mowing lawns for $10 an hour. So let's say that I wasn't happy with that $800 a week for 80 hours of my time making $10 an hour. So at the end of the day, there's only 2 variables that control your paycheck. The first variable is time. If I wasn't happy with the $800 a week, I could work 90 hours a week, and instead of making $800, I would make $900, but that would mean that I had even less time when I was awake to do anything other than mowing lawns. The second variable is skill, right? Everyone has a particular set of skills that the market determines how much that the market is willing to pay you for your time. Obviously, someone working at McDonald's is going to make less per hour than somebody who is a brain surgeon because of the differential in skill and because of how long it actually takes to acquire the skills to become a brain surgeon. And so if you're looking to make more money, there's basically 3 options that you have to be able to choose from. The first option is what I call the terrible solution, right? The terrible solution means working more hours at the same rate per hour, which is really crazy to think about because these people were bragging about sacrificing their nights, sacrificing their weekends, sacrificing spending more time with their families, which meant that they worked more, and that was the craziest thing in the world to me. The better solution is to learn a more valuable skill. So instead of making $10 an hour mowing lawns, I'm making $15 an hour mowing lawns and also doing landscaping, for example. So how do you actually learn more valuable skills? Well, some people go to college, right? Some people learn more from a school and get specific training to become things like an accountant or an engineer. This is one way to do it. It's the way that I actually personally did it. Is it the right way to do it? Not necessarily. Would I go to college again? Personally, probably not. But there's other ways to actually acquire more valuable skills. Every day, people actually make themselves more valuable to the market by learning things that are valuable, right? Whether it's learning how to create an e-commerce store on Shopify, or learning how to sell on Amazon, or learning Facebook ads or digital marketing, right? Every time that you do this, every time that you join a course or a program or a free training or whatever it is, your brain is literally getting more valuable and you are becoming more valuable to the market. And every time you become more valuable to the market, right, that means that someone out there somewhere is willing to pay you more per hour than you were able to make before you learned those valuable skills. This is what I like to call the better solution, but it's still nowhere near perfect. The best solution to this particular problem actually has nothing to do with the formula that I showed you because there's inherent restraints. And what I mean by that is you either have to learn more skills to make your time more valuable, or you have to sacrifice more of your time to actually make more money when you operate in the traditional format of making money, right? All of us have this thought in our brain that we have programmed into us early by society, our parents, schools, that you have to earn money for your time. But this is actually not true, right? There's a much better model to actually be able to create wealth for yourself without directly sacrificing an hour of your time for a specific amount of money. So everything that we've talked about up until right now is what I like to call manual income. And what I mean by that is you have to manually work. You have to manually, physically be there, actively working to be able to make money, which means that if you work Monday through Friday for 8 hours a day or 10 hours a day or whatever it is, right, you're earning money for that time, but then on the weekend when you're not working, you're earning $0. Now, the better way to actually make money is something called passive income. And you're probably saying to yourself, yes, Kevin, of course, I've heard about passive income. But have you ever really thought about passive income and what it can do for your life? If you create passive income streams correctly, you do the work up front, and then after you do that work up front, you do nothing else, and you continue to make money from the work you did up front, month after month after month after month. But the problem with passive income is that so few people are actually willing to put the work up front for something that they don't see an immediate massive benefit from. Most people in the world are more willing to put 1 hour of their life working at Subway for an immediate $10 than they are to work 10 hours on passive income and get zero benefit from it today, but they'll have a huge benefit from it, a month from now or 6 months from now, and they'll continue to have that benefit, and that benefit will continue to grow month after month after month, but it takes time to get started and there's no immediate return. Society today has become so about an immediate sense of gratification, whether it's from social media or your phone or video games or everything that people are doing nowadays. People are so impatient and require instant gratification, but what people don't realize is that if you put the work in up front, then you can have a massive lifelong benefit. You just won't have any benefit immediately. And so the beauty of this formula and the beauty of how passive income truly works is you can spend 1 hour right now working at Subway and you can have $10 one time. Or you can invest that same hour, right? It doesn't matter if you're working at Subway or you're working on your own passive income. That same hour will still pass either way, but there's two outcomes. You can have $10 now one time and never have any money in the future paid from Subway, or you can spend an hour on your own passive income creating systems and infrastructure, things that are scalable and automated that will operate in the background for the rest of your life. So once I realized this, I devoted my entire life, all of my waking hours, all of my attention, all of my focus, and everything that I did from an entrepreneurial business perspective, from a making money perspective, had one goal in mind, and that was to create automation, right? To create systems and infrastructure that operated in the background while I slept and made me money no matter what I was doing, right? I started with Amazon FBA. I tried blogs. I tried creating affiliate sites. I tried creating niche sites. I made an iOS app. I created all of these things, none of which had tremendous success until I found Amazon FBA. And Amazon FBA was what allowed me to do the work up front, right? Create an Amazon listing, do the work finding a good product, get it shipped here from China. But then once I did all of that work, every single day with zero input from me, that product sold every day, day after day, the same amount. And I was making $1,000 a day with zero present work, zero manual work, zero active work, whatever you want to call it. I did not have to put time in to make money out from my business because I had already invested that time and energy up front to create an infrastructure, to create systems, to create automation that made me money while I slept. And if the idea of passive income and making more money by doing nothing than you made by inputting directly your time and having to show up at an office or show up at a restaurant or show up somewhere to do a job that you don't like, to get paid by the hour to do it, and if you suddenly get sick or aren't able to work, right, you get nothing. That's what a traditional, normal job is. And if passive income and the idea of creating automated systems that allows you to make money while you sleep or while you're out with friends or traveling or at the beach, right, if that doesn't make you excited, then honestly guys, I don't know what would. And if you're thinking to yourself, yeah, but Kevin, I don't know how to make passive income. Guys, if you don't know how to make passive income, come to my channel, look at the other videos. I've spent hours and hours and hours of my life creating these videos completely for free for you guys, how to make your first $500 fast, how to make $100 a day, right? Passive income ideas. I'm doing this for you guys, right? You can create a blog, you can create a podcast, you can start a YouTube channel, you can start an Instagram. What people don't realize is they say, Kevin, but you already have 200,000 subscribers on YouTube, right? I started with 0, guys. Everyone starts with 0. And every hour or second that passes that you are not actively growing a following or starting a passive income stream like Shopify, like Amazon, like creating a Facebook ad agency, like creating a YouTube channel, every day and every hour and every second that passes that you're not actively creating passive income, the infrastructure, right? The back end, all of the systems and automation, every day that you're not doing that and instead you're working at Subway to make $10 an hour because you need that $10, right? Every day that that happens and that passes is a day that you can't get back. And every day, guys, people tell me, but Kevin, Shopify is too saturated. Amazon's too saturated. It's too late to start a YouTube channel. No, it is not. I can't describe to you how wrong those statements are. 2 years ago, people told me Amazon FBA was too saturated. My first week ever selling on Amazon FBA, I made $1,000 a day, over $7,000. And that week selling on Amazon was 0 manual input on my part. And if I had told myself and listened to what people were saying about it being too late to start Amazon or too late to start YouTube, right? I wouldn't have created a 7-figure Amazon FBA business. And if I didn't start a YouTube, I wouldn't have 200,000 amazing people just like you watching me right now, who I am now actively devoting every second of my time and energy so that you can leave your restaurant job or your server job or waitress or accountant or working at an office or whatever it is. And the fact of the matter, guys, is it is never too late to start. Everyone out there starts with 0 followers, 0 subscribers. Everyone out there starts making $0 on Shopify or Amazon or with a Facebook agency. Everyone starts at the same place. The only difference is some people decide to start and most people never do. At the end of the day, guys, we're talking about 1% of the 1%, right? 1% of people actually decide to take any action. And 1% of that 1% of people actually do what it takes to really create passive income streams, truly automated ways to make money that require no manual, no active input on your part to make that money. And so the lesson of this video, guys, and the lesson that I learned so many years ago when I decided to leave my job as an accountant making $50,000 a year, that everyone told me I should be, proud to have and should be grateful that I had a good paying job and benefits. The lesson that I learned so many years ago now is that I prefer the passive income model. I would rather make significantly more money doing less work, completely automated, and I would earn that money whether I was asleep or, in Thailand or surfing in San Diego. No matter where I was, I would make that money. So if you guys enjoyed this video, I want you to do a couple of things. I want you to like the video, and I want you to tap the little subscribe button, turn on the little notification bells so that you can be up to date on all of the brand new videos that we release on making passive income and everything that you need to do to become an awesome, successful entrepreneur. Even if you have no experience and you're just getting started, guys, I'm gonna be there every step of the way for you. So in the description, we're gonna have a link to a brand new playlist that we put together on how to start earning passive income for all of you guys. And so I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and please check it out if you wanna learn more on passive income. Until then, guys, happy hustling, and we'll see you soon.